Think I'm live. Hello, you guys. I'm Hannah Hips, mind body eating coach, and today I want to talk about what you can do when you feel triggered. And so I was reading through that last post of the thread of what are the things that trigger you to binge, to stress eat, to emotional eat. A lot of it is stress, anxiety, fear, conflict. All of these things happen. So today, if you guys are familiar with Byron Katie, she wrote a book called Loving What Is, and she asks 4 questions. And these 4 questions are so powerful, and they can help you. Hey, Miguel, they can help you inquire and question your thoughts. Okay, because a thought is just a thought until we attach to it and we believe it. And so our mind its job is to think. And so it's going to think. It's never going to stop thinking. You're always going to have thoughts. You're always going to have beliefs show up. You're always going to have things that come up through your mind. And our job is to not attach to all of them, for one. And what tends to happen is we get a thought and we attach to it and we create a story about it. And then we get like drawn down into the story, and we start to feel stress, anxiety, because now we're telling the story of this thought that we had, and it's just taking us into this like deep end, right? And we're thinking thoughts that might not even be true. So the most important thing that we have to continue to work on when we are emotional eating and binge eating is getting back to the present, right? Getting back to reality. What is reality? Because when we argue with reality, we lose. And that's what gets us into trouble, is attaching a story to the thoughts that we have. And we don't have to believe every single thought we have. And so I wanted today just to go over these 4 questions that she invites you to do to start questioning your thoughts. Because if we don't have to believe them, then we can question them, and it's like you get present and you allow that part of yourself to be seen. So the part that wants to take the story, and then you can question that part of you and realize that it no longer serves you. So let's get down to business. So first question. So if you have a judgment on somebody or a thought about somebody, maybe I'll have an example when I get done with the 4 questions and we kind of can go through it. So the first question, is it true? Is that thought true? And a lot of the times it can be yes, and sometimes it's no. The second question, can you absolutely be sure that it's true? And if you sit and you allow yourself the time to have the answer bubble up inside of you, you'll be able to answer that question with a yes or no. The third question, how does that thought make you feel, act, be, what else did she say? React? What happens when you have that thought? The fourth question, how would you be and act if you did not have that thought? And that's like the freeing question right there. So let's break it down. So let's say, what is a good, if anybody has like a question or stress that comes up, like what's a thought that you have that just keeps on running around in your mind that you just can't get rid of? Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'll just do one like from my husband. So let's say I feel like my husband doesn't listen to me, because this is true. My husband doesn't listen to me. Is that true? Yes. Yes, it is true. My husband does not listen to me because I say something and he doesn't say anything back. Second question, can I absolutely know for sure that that is true? I really don't know. So the answer is no. I really don't know if he's not really listening to me. He could be hearing me, but just not wanting to comment. Like, I don't know if he's really not listening to me, okay? The third question, how does that make me feel, and how do I act when I think my husband does not listen to me. I get angry. I get frustrated. I kind of treat him bad. Like I want to ignore him and I want to be mean and I want to yell. Internally, it makes me sad because I feel like he doesn't pay attention to me, that he's not paying attention to me, he's not listening to me, that my voice doesn't matter. These are all the things that I think when I feel like he's not listening to me. I feel just terrible. Fourth question. Who would I be if I did not have that thought? If I did not think that my husband doesn't listen to me, how would I treat him? How would I see him? And how would I feel? If I take that thought away, okay, my husband doesn't listen to me. If I took that away, then honestly, I don't feel anger. I don't feel mad at him. I can actually see this as it's possible that he's paying attention to something else, or he doesn't feel like he needs to answer. It's like that. It automatically makes me feel better. Because I'm like, oh, well, if that's not the problem, then it's not me. It's like, I don't have like, something's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me, right? Maybe he really didn't hear me because he was watching TV. You know what I mean? So what I invite you to do, and I'm actually going to put this worksheet in the comments so you can fill this worksheet out. But the most important thing that we have to do is question our thoughts. Because when we begin to attach a story to a thought about anything that we have that pops up into our mind, then we are going to hurt ourselves. We are making things really challenging and difficult for ourselves. And we don't have to believe everything. So when stresses come, or when anxiety comes, or fears, we've got to start looking at them a little bit more deeply. And I just want you to think about this. Who would you be if you did not have that thought? If you just let it go? Who would you be? How would you feel? Majority of the time, you'll be happier. You'll feel lighter. You won't feel this heaviness. You won't feel this like, oh my God, I can't live, I can't survive kind of a feeling. And it's possible that you won't be turning to food as often, right? But it's being able to do that, being able to question yourself. And are you willing? Are you willing to let go of that thought that is hurting you, that is no longer serving you, that is making you go down this spiral of crazy because it's not reality? What is happening? Like when we get present, what is happening to you right now in reality? If we're fighting reality, we're going to lose. We're going to create suffering. So we have to keep on thinking like, what is? So think of it this way. Say it's raining. It's raining and you don't want it to be raining. You're like, God, I wish it wasn't raining. You're getting frustrated and angry because it's raining. But that's reality. It can't stop. Like, how can we look at it differently? What if I didn't have that thought? I needed to stop raining. Then how would you see the rain? Just be rain, right? No big deal. There's no story attached to it. It's just raining. Well, how wonderful for the earth, for it to be raining right now. As simple as that, right? Like whenever we say the should, I want, I need, that's when we have to start questioning our thoughts and really ask yourself, is it true? Is it absolutely true? How do I feel when I think that thought? And how would I be and feel if I didn't have that thought? And am I willing to let it go? And sometimes just asking those questions, you might not feel immediate relief. You might be like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But you're starting that inquiry and you're starting to go deeper inside you that will help you. And the answers will come. The answers will come. Relief will come if you just allow it and give yourself space and time to work on all of those questions. It's just inquiring, right? Getting to know yourself more, because we tend to feel like everything outside of us, we have no control, but we do have control of how we think, how we react, and how we are. So I invite you to do that and work on that. And I will put this Judge Your Neighbor worksheet that Byron Katie has on her website. And you can go through it every time you have a judgment about anybody else. It's kind of helpful. And it has such great things on there. And it really, truly helps with letting go of that stress and anxiety that is like keeping you stuck and feeling really, really bad. Because really, we want to feel good, right? Yes. If you have any questions, definitely comment. I would gladly be able to like help you with this. Sometimes it's nice to have somebody help facilitate the questions if you're really struggling and having a hard time. All right. Have a wonderful day.